CEO of Medicas Hospital, is back in the studio. Exactly a week ago, we're inside East Legon Hills, witnessing a very momentous occasion. The commissioning of the new Medicas Hospital, the Kwesi Ansa building, huh?
Yep.
Dr. Osafo, welcome.
Yo.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, Kwame.
Nice.
Super excited to be back in the studio.
And congratulations once again to you and the Medicas team.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got the honor of checking out this ultra modern facility that you guys have put together in the East Legon Hills Enclave.
Yep. Kwame, it was a wonderful experience last week. I mean, to find the team, the whole Joy FM crew out there.
Yeah.
And broadcasting live from East Legon Hills branch of Medicas Hospital. It's to watch it come to fruition the way it did last week. It was very satisfying for not just for me but for the entire team. I mean, as somebody said, Oba Patakra in this current Ghana, not easy.
It is not.
Just watching everything from foundation,
Yeah.
designing, digging the foundation trench, pouring that concrete, to seeing it in the state it was, and the opportunity to honor my father, who's been an absolute pillar in my life, in all our lives as children, was very fulfilling for me and the entire team.
And he was a star of the show. It was good to see him. Very proud, lovely kente outfit there.
Resplendent in his kente outfit. And Kwame, it was a big surprise to him. We kept all of it in the wraps. He didn't know that.
He didn't have an idea.
No, he didn't. But he's just been a pillar in our lives. And the land on which that building sits, was a gift from him. And you have a parent who keeps supporting you every step of the way. I and my entire siblings, we are all lucky, and not just us, but Kwame has touched the lives of so many people.
Yeah.
Kwame, if I tell you his age is almost 79,
wow,
he's still paying school fees.
Wow.
Not us. I'm now paying school fees.
Yes,
but he's always touching so many lives.
Yeah.
Even at his age, and that is something that we all want to emulate.
That's a worthy honor.
Yep.
Anyway, and I'm sure right after that you were back to work. Because me, Charlie, I finished the way I chop. I said, "Where's doctor now?"
That's it. The following day, everybody was like, "Say Doctor Abebe Juma." I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to drag myself to work on that Thursday morning."
No, you have to work. So now we are back to work.
And
at a very interesting time because the Christmas festivities are here.
Boom.
I mean, right after Saturday, when everybody knows their smoothness level.
By now, everybody would. I just by next week, by this time.
Oh yeah, we all know our smoothness level. Then we're digging into the real proper Christmas fun.
Yes.
And this season actually comes with a lot of health challenges and opportunities. Actually,
absolutely.
Not just challenges. I don't like to see things only on the negative. I see the positives as well of the season.
Right.
I miss the Christmas jollof and the Christmas chicken. There's a very special Christmas soup that people make. The chicken soup, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
everything is special.
It comes once every year.
Once every year.
So I look forward to stuff like that. But this season presents lots of health issues that we need to look at, doesn't it?
Absolutely, Kwame. And we're right in the festive season, and it is very, very important that we share with our listeners some of the challenges as well as some of the opportunities. Kwame, the year is coming to an end. All right, it is the right moment for us to take stock. All aspects of your life. So we're going to look at your health. Kwame, why you do this?
Dog. You see, the preamble was looking forward. Now you want us to look back. Why are you doing this?
We only look back so that we can move forward. We don't look back because we want to live in the past, Kwame.
Because immediately you mentioned taking stock. I'm sure the one listening to us right now, just like me,
Yeah.
we had health goals and things
me
that,
too.
you know how the year starts, new year, new me. Vim.
Yay.
Exercise 24/7, eating healthy,
Eish.
cutting down weight.
Eish.
Legends.
But Kwame, the good news is that you are alive, you are here and now, and okay, so there's another opportunity for you to go. So that's how I always see December. December is that period where you can take stock. You look at, okay, this I wasn't able to do it the way I wanted to.
Okay.
But I've got another opportunity come January for me to start.
Okay.
So a plan is always something for the future. So I don't want people to start planning 2025 when we are in 2025.
Okay.
So we take the opportunity to start preparing our health plan, in 2025 in December. So those are the opportunities, and we'll get to talk about that when we round up. But Kwame, the festive season also presents some very important challenges that I want us to talk about. It is a period of merrymaking. Kwame, when you are happy, what do you do? Let's list a few things that we do when we are happy. When you're in a happy mode, people eat. People eat a lot of food. Right. People drink. So there's always this phrase that says, "What? Eat, drink, and make merry."
Right.
So it happens like that. But Kwame, there's also one thing people do when they are very happy. People have sex.
Oh, do they? Really?
Yeah.
I thought they do that to be happy. I thought it was the other way around.
You got to be in the mood first. Yes, Kwame, you got to be in the mood when you are happy. Everything is cool. You don't have to say so much. It is offered on the. So Kwame, when people are happy, when there's a lot of merrymaking, their risk also goes up. And I was very happy that 1st December every year is World AIDS Day. It passes quietly, too quietly for my liking. And I heard the team on the SMS talk about this on newspaper review on the 1st or is the 2nd of on Monday.
On Monday.
When they referred to the fact that it's as if that vim. And Kwame, do you remember GSMF?
Yes, of course.
That
it's your life, it's your choice.
Exactly. Stop AIDS, love life.
Yeah.
We saw this Jackie Apia, Ajite Anan.
Yeah.
Things we do for love. And all of that. I mean, way back, Joy FM was very, very much involved in all of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, it appears that campaign has died down. And if I look at some of the statistics from 2022 in Ghana, for example, there was about a 2.7% rise from previous years in terms of the rates of new infections.
Wow.
So because in January, February, or March, by the end of the first quarter next year, we tend to see a certain trend in hospitals where people present with STIs. Why? During the merrymaking, people forget. People let their guard down. Precaution. So, Kwame, let's share a few statistics. In 2023, globally, an estimated 39.9 million people were living with HIV globally. That's a huge number. 39.9 million people. In Ghana, the number was about 364,000. 364,000 in the year 2022, approximately, were living with HIV. And the frightening thing was that this was a 2.7% increase from previous years. Meaning the numbers started going up again. We did very well after we did that, social marketing really hit and attacked the HIV with that campaign, Stop AIDS, Love Life. And I think everybody got it. And the prevalence rate dropped significantly in a lot of areas. But if you look at the prevalence rates right now, 2.5% in Greater Accra, 2.8% in the Eastern region, 2.7% in Ashanti region. So the numbers, we're climbing back up again, inching towards that feared 3.2 highs that we hit in the mid-90s. So people have lost their fear, or people have lost that sense of responsibility that they must exercise when it comes to sex. And during this period, because of all the Kwame, did I hear you saying that Kim Paluta and Co will be doing something at Rattray Park?
Oh yeah. Big concert.
Exactly, big concert. And it is these events, these public gatherings lend themselves to the transmission of STIs. There will be lots to eat, lots to drink, and then people are under the influence. People are more agreeable to participating in sexual activities. So Kwame, let's go back to the basics and say this. There was the ABCs. Kwame, remember that yellow poster with that hand saying "Stop AIDS, Love Life," and abstinence for be faithful,
and a condom use.
But Kwame, that be faithful. Now, a voice call from.
Calm down. Somebody now to watch it.
As the condom use, your voice was there. Listen. Right, so the A is what in the mid 90s or late 90s, with that campaign, and I think it's still very relevant. So abstinence is the key. I think it's a sexually transmitted infection. So if you don't engage in any sexual activity, and usually when we talk about sex, people are thinking about what they think about, the conventional ones, but me, the job that I do, I know about the unorthodox sexual practices as well. They all count. Yes, what you are thinking about, you listening to me, it all counts.
Hey.
I don't also count. What Philip is thinking about right now is part. Yes, that's one. It's daytime radio. What's the time? And Kolani kids are listening. But I know that's what that you are thinking about. It's also a risky sexual practice. And then the second one that you just thought about too, and also count.
Doc, why are you giving us work to do?
So the regular one everybody knows. But Kwame, I just want people to know that when we talk about the sexual practices, the dangerous sexual practices, it includes other things that people don't. It doesn't spring to mind ordinarily, but it includes that. So abstinence. If you abstain from any of these sexual practices, there's no way you're going to get that. Or, well, I shouldn't say there's no way. There's HIV transmission from what? We know from blood transfusion.
Yeah.
If you receive blood contaminated.
The blades and sharp objects that are infected.
Brilliant. So, Kwame, we're also coming to that. There's sharps, substance abuse. All right. They are injecting all heroin. Kwame, so if they have one, the tendency is for them to share that needle. So this one will draw. They will inject and then they will pass it on to another person. It is possible that even in a busy shop, you can have blood on these sharps. And therefore, these are groups that also get regular education about infection prevention control for HIV. So I always say, try and get your own things. Kwame, I've had my own hair clipper from God knows how many years ago. I don't share blade. I do not share nail cutter. You just get your own, copy. These things, they last for a long time before they get damaged. So these are also additional ways by which the virus is transmitted. Kwame, you don't get the virus by shaking hands, by eating fufu with me, although I'm infected. And unfortunately, people think about it that way, and that's why we get out of that stigmatization that comes with HIV. But overwhelmingly, it is sexual practices. Let's not kid ourselves. How many people get a blood transfusion in their entire life? So these are the theoretical ways, but practically a lot of it happens through unprotected, or dangerous sexual, practices.
Okay.
So that's why we the campaign just focused on that, and if we can preach that abstinence long enough, that you hold back long enough. But Kwame, we also realize that your first and only sexual partner could be the reason why you have HIV. And that's why they introduce that be faithful. The more sexual partners that you have, the more or the likely the more likely, yes, the higher the risk that you would contract it. Saying that doesn't mean that you cannot get it from the first person that you come into contact with. It is also possible. But the balance of probabilities, if you have 10 sexual partners and I have one sexual partner, it is very likely, or the likelihood of you getting HIV is higher than me getting it. So that's where the be faithful point, comes in. Then condom use. They say if abstinence is not possible and being faithful is not possible, then we don't want you to make the third mistake. Use a condom. All right. But I'll tell you some interesting things about using a condom. So some of our community health outreaches when I was a medical student and early days of my medical career, you will teach people how to wear the condoms, and you realize that the tip has a very unique design, which is supposed to receive the ejaculate. So you will find it that when you wear it on that demo stick, then you have the tip hanging like that. When we went back to a particular community, and the man was like, "Oh, that thing was getting in the way," so they cut the tip off. Jeez.
They cut it off.
Yeah.
What?
Some of the craziest stories. Unbelievable. Like, okay, then so what's the whole point? Can't you see you've broken the barrier? Is no longer there. It's a barrier method. We call it a barrier method for a reason. No, it says it was getting in the way. It was bothersome that it was hanging there. So even having the condom and teaching the right way to use it, very, very, very important.
Oh dear.
Kwame, the
That's
commercial
serious,
sex workers group. It's not a group that would like to acknowledge publicly that they exist, but everybody knows that you can illegally, pay for sex in this country. Prostitutes exist. So as healthcare workers, we will recognize them. We're not approving it, but they offer services that people buy and pay and patronize. Whether you like it or not, you can bury your head in the sand like an ostrich. They exist. So we sometimes organize education, sex STI education for them. Kwame, you go back and you know what they are doing with that education. Now it has affected their pricing regime.
How?
Oh, if you pay with condom, different rate. Without it, different rate.
Are you serious?
Kwame, I'm not kidding you. That's how they are applying their knowledge.
Wow.
Yes. And on Monday, I remember I heard either Raymond or Winston talking about, the wrapper, the toffee with her. You don't eat a toffee with the wrapper. You have to unwrap it before you feel the sweetness of the toffee. Kwame, this is how they were using it. That information, that knowledge had now gone into their pricing regime. So when we talk about condom use, there's a lot about it. Where are you even buying your condom? Kwame, in that shop where the heat, Accra, most of the time the temperature is 38, 37, 36. The shop is hot. The thing is made of latex. So.
I know.
Does it have the same properties? Do you check the expiry date? Or Kwame, that one of the most difficult things to do is to buy a condom. Sometimes you have to recce the whole area, a whole round, making sure that you don't see people or you go to a different area, cry, familiarity. Hey, he went into the shop. You don't want to meet anybody you know.
How do you know these strategies?
Okay, say people tell us. You see, don't tell people tell us. Okay, that's how we know. People tell me. I like to know how you know. Because if you laughing at you, people tell us this.
Say, hey, I saw a penny. No. Metomentos.
So it's difficult. So people go into certain shops. Do you have time to actually take the product, look at the expiry date, make sure that it still has all the properties that would make it an effective barrier method?
No, time no day like that. They can put it in a rubber fast before the next customer sees what I'm buying.
Exactly. Then you put it in your wallet. More heat.
Sit on it. Rub it.
So it's there, many. So most of the things say there's no plan. Then the chance happens and then they use it. The worst thing I've heard is that somebody will tell me that, doctor, I thought it only happened once. So I went with only one, but round 2 came. Then round 3, I couldn't go back. So.
Yeah.
And it happens so many times. You may think that, these are just stories. No, these are not stories. When we sit in the consulting room, people don't tell us stories. People tell us their real life issues. But when we tell them that they've tested, we want to know about the circumstances. Then they will tell you that, the thing was 3 rounds, but It was only the first round that I had a condom, so I couldn't. So please, the condom use, there are so many dimensions to it, and you really need to pay particular attention, know about the product, stick to a particular product. There are so many qualities out there, so get a particular brand that's of a proper quality. Make sure you're buying it from the right shop. Make sure you're keeping the product just as you keep any other product. Some of them, they will tell you that store in a warm area, store in a cool area, and so on and so forth. Make sure you get all those things right. And say only one round that is okay. And to make it another day and then come for it. Then last point is familiarity. A lot of people will tell me that, oh, this person is my girlfriend and we've been dating for 1 year, so there's no reason. You see, familiarity.
Right.
No. Please. It's your boy. Yeah, you are familiar, but it doesn't mean anything. Think about it. Are you the only one? So it is very, very important that we recognize all these things and not just take them for granted. Lastly, Kwame, I'd like to preach testing for everybody. Testing, voluntary counseling and testing. Come in, have a chat with us. We'll walk you through all of these things that I've just discussed. We'll let you know what the possibilities are if you are going to test. I mean, the first time I was doing an HIV test, and I said, yeah, I know. We know everybody has that fear.
Yeah.
And I think that's what holds people back. But think about it. Do you want the HIV to develop into AIDS? The immunosuppression? Then at that point, then we'll test it. And at that point, you are in a pit, and we are trying to pick you out of the pit, and it's not easy. We don't want you to be in stage 3 or stage 4 before we start treating you. We'd rather treat you in stage 1 of the disease. So please, everybody should get a quick test for HIV for this month of December.
Oh, there's
your status.
Yeah.
Just know your status. We are getting towards the end of the year. You're going to start the new year as well. And during this festive period, you are going to be very, very happy. And I've told you, when people are happy, they sing, they play football, they eat, they drink. But we also know that that's when sex also comes to the front of your mind. Right. So, Kwame, get tested, everybody.
This is very important information. And I'm sure you listening, you're probably thinking through it. If you haven't tested yet, it's time for you to test.
Right.
And seek medical help. The earlier, the better, isn't it? Before it develops into full-blown AIDS.
Exactly.
And then you put a lot of people at risk as well.
Right. So, Kwame, we are a testing center, a VCT center, voluntary counseling and testing.
Okay.
We are also a treatment center as well, certified by the Ghana AIDS Commission.
Okay.
We're a treatment center, we're a testing center. So please walk in. And for us, we don't have a special clinic for HIV. We're taking the stigmatization out. Everybody walks in, people come and see me. The next person is coming is diabetes, the next person is HIV. So you wouldn't know. And we maintain patients' confidentiality. So you don't need to worry about it. So please, let's all get tested. So you can call us up, and then we will book an appointment. You would come in, we'll take you through the counseling, we'll run the test, and we would inform you accordingly what the next steps are.
What's the number to call for those who want to?
Right. So for those who want to reach out to us, it's 0501 477 340. 0501 477 340. That's our WhatsApp number as well. And then you can reach us through Facebook, Medicas Hospital, and at Medicas GH on Instagram and X.
An X. Yeah, absolutely.
X.
Doc, thank you so much. We're glad you came by today as well.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you next week. Yeah. The year is winding up, so we're looking at your health in the festive season. And we had a very important conversation about HIV and AIDS. And I hope you learned something good from this. I'm Lexis Bill, and Dr. Osafo is the CEO of Medicas Hospital. You should check out the new facility inside East Legon Hills, just around School Junction, not really far from School Junction, and Major, that enclave. Yep. Speak to Doc and go see him and his team at Medicas Hospital. It's 5 o'clock.